Hi, I'm Sophia Martin here with this week's weekly interview. Today we have Mr. Carey, our very own media director of KBEV. So, Mr. Carey, I just want to ask, we've entered second semester, and what do we plan on getting done? Not that we haven't already gotten so much done this semester, but what are the highlights of this semester, and what are more highlights to come?
I think we've had a pretty good year. I think most of what we charted in terms of trying to accomplish, I think we've surpassed it in terms of just trying to hit the critical marks. I think the only thing really left is refining. We've gotten all really the technical parts, I think, for the most part, with a few things left undone. But I think the greater roundup and the greater story would come from students that were actually part of that. Tell me, what have you done in the last 6 months? How many months have we taught now? So August, September, October, November, December. So yeah. So in your half a year, tell me where you were and where you are now, and what accomplishments that you drew directly from your participation with KBEV.
Well, I was actually thinking about this very recently, and I figured that from KBEV, I've really learned how to just be confident on camera, as well as not be shy, and become able to speak to people also in situations like this and be comfortable with it. So I think it's really helped me in improving my social skills, which is a really great takeaway that I've gotten from this class.
Right. I mean, you talk about, now that's your physical performance, your professional performance. But how's that translate even into your dealing in a professional environment? Mm-hmm. That KBEV creates this barrel where now you're at a studio and you're really dealing in the same terms as a real studio.
Right.
The vortex that you enter when you come in here, it's on. Mm-hmm. And because of that, what translates from that professional performance and everything in terms in a professional scale, the business acumen, your time management, and the talent and performance that you're refining and working towards, the understanding of that, how does that cross over into your personal life? The types of just personal journey in terms of just understanding how to deal with personalities, how to find the right balance, and just the kind of growth that you've had in 6 months.
Well, setting boundaries with when I need to turn my stories and when I need to start writing them is something that I've gotten out of this class, just because we have a weekly goal to turn in our stories on Mondays before class. So I've really had to become very
cognizant, conscious.
Yeah, conscious
you have to retrain your mind that this is a habit that I got to develop.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think that this class has taught me to deal with personalities that I normally wouldn't have, because I'm in a class with people that are coming from all different grades, and we just have to end up at the end of the day working together so we can produce something that...
Right, because you're dealing, it's teamwork. We're on a team, and we're actually playing the game together. And you're gonna win, you're gonna lose, and it's like how you come out at the end of it, understanding, gee, what could I do better this time? And maybe if I change my personal habits a little in this direction, that I could benefit in the long run, because you see the bigger picture.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Now, how did you do just competition-wise in terms of, we go to skills every year. As much as I dislike competition, I just think that in the arts, competition is really not, I don't find a place for it. I always think of the arts, although this has such a technical aspect that I can justify it, but in general terms, art to me is like taking a nursery child's idea, her interpretation, have 100 nursery kids, or not nursery, but kindergarten kids, draw an image of their mother, mm-hmm. and then hold it up and say which one's better.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that competition, it kind of takes away from a person's individuality just because everyone, you know, it's up to the judge to decide what they like the best. But I think that with Skills USA, I mean, my team came in first and it felt really good. But, you know, moving on to the next competition, I definitely want to work harder just because I want to keep going forward. But being able for the judge to like the content that we're putting out there, you know, it makes me want to work harder.
Well, that's the best part of the competition. I think here you're dealing with, it's supposed to be like 300,000 LA County students in total with trade schools and colleges that show up for Skills USA, and we competed in a lot of different categories. We brought 26 kids, of which 24 medaled.
Right.
We competed in our favorite competition, which is the broadcast news, where it's teams of 4. We brought 3 teams, and we took, what did we take?
We took all 3 places.
We swept, leaving the other schools with nothing.
With nothing.
Yeah, most other schools only
first,
brought
second,
one.
and third.
We took first, second, and third.
Yeah.
And you can't do better than that. And they're not supposed to know. We don't identify where the competitors are coming for. So the judges they're not keyed in on what school we represent.
Right.
And then we won gold in announcing and radio, and we also took I think third in digital cinema.
Right.
So everybody's going where now?
We're all going to San Diego.
San Diego,
From
to state.
April
That's
20th
state
to 23rd,
competition.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm really looking forward to it. I can't stop thinking about it.
Right, because now to engage in this kind of competition with like-minded kind of people that are in the same field,
Yeah.
the kind of conversations that you have with those people that you're competing against only get greater, because now you're going to be dealing with the refined version of the best from the state.
Right. And not only that, but I get to be with my friends from KBEV, and, you know, just like we talked about before, I've started working with these different personalities, and I've really come to love and enjoy each person individually, because each person is so different and has so much to offer to me and advice, and it's just really cool to learn off of everyone.
Right, because now you've learned a deeper meaning of teamship, you know,
Exactly,
of
yeah.
working with a collaborative group and understanding their weaknesses and their strengths compared to yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you find what you didn't have in terms of appreciation for what somebody does.
Right.
Now you see how it's all, in the end, it's all helping you. The more you unify, the more you work together, the more you get out of it.
Right.
Right, and that's something that's like the biggest piece of this whole endeavor, setting up all this equipment and doing it. All comes down to personalities and learning how to be conscious, how to be. My primary focus is, one, being conscious,
Mm-hmm.
but collaboration's important, but compassion trumps everything. I don't like that
Right.
word Trump anymore, but let's compassion is the key to everything.
Right.
If you look at everything with a compassionate eye, everything's going to come out the right way.